I didn't stop my kid from asking why Grandma favors her brother. My daughter Lily is 7, sharp as a tack, notices everything. My son Owen is 5, Grandma's golden child, the favorite. Everyone knows it, but nobody says it. Every Sunday dinner at my mother-in-law's house follows the same script. Owen gets hugged at the door, Lily gets a nod. Owen gets seconds before anyone asks. Lily gets reminded to use her napkin. Last Christmas, Owen got a bike, a tablet, and a $200 Lego set. Lily got a coloring book and socks. My husband said I was imagining things. I wasn't imagining anything. 2 weeks ago, we were at Sunday dinner. Grandma was cutting Owen's steak into perfect little pieces while Lily struggled with hers across the table. Nobody helped her. I started to get up, but then I saw Lily's face. She wasn't sad. She was calculating. Grandma, Lily said in her sweet voice, why do you love Owen more than me? The table went dead silent. My husband choked on his water. My father-in-law suddenly became very interested in his mashed potatoes. Grandma's face turned red. That's not true, sweetie. I love you both the same. Lily tilted her head. Then how come Owen always gets more presents? And you always hug him first? And you cut his food, but not mine? My husband grabbed my arm under the table. His eyes were screaming at me to intervene. I didn't move. Grandma stammered something about Owen being younger and needing more help, but Lily wasn't done. I'm only 2 years older, and you never cut my food even when I was 5 like Owen. My mother-in-law looked at my husband for backup. He opened his mouth, but nothing came out. Lily continued. And at Christmas, you got Owen a bike and I got socks. Were socks my present because I was bad? I watched my mother-in-law's face shift. She wasn't embarrassed anymore. She was angry, but not at herself. At Lily. At me. This is inappropriate dinner conversation, she said coldly. You should teach your daughter some manners. My daughter has excellent manners. I finally spoke. She asked a polite question and deserves an honest answer. The room temperature dropped about 20 degrees. My husband was squeezing my arm so hard it hurt. His mother stood up from the table. I don't have to explain myself to a child. Or to you. Then I'll explain it to her. I looked at Lily. Grandma treats Owen differently because Owen is a boy. Some people think boys are more important than girls. My mother-in-law's jaw dropped. How dare you? Am I wrong? She didn't answer. Instead, she pointed at the door. Get out of my house. My husband finally spoke. Mom, let's all calm down. She turned on him with fury in her eyes. You're going to let your wife disrespect me like this? In my own home? He looked at me, then at his mother, then back at me. That's when Lily spoke again. Daddy, is it true? Does Grandma think boys are better than girls? My husband's face crumbled. He looked at his daughter, then at his mother. Mom, he said slowly, she's not wrong. You do treat them differently. I felt my heart stop. He actually said it. His mother's face went from red to white. Excuse me? I've watched it for years. The presents, the attention, everything. I just didn't want to believe it. Grandma sat back down hard, like someone had knocked the wind out of her. That's when my father-in-law cleared his throat. Everyone turned to look at him. He'd been silent the entire time. She does the same thing to your sister, he said quietly to my husband. Always has. Boys in this family get treated like kings. Girls get treated like afterthoughts. My mother-in-law's eyes filled with tears. That's not true. It is true. He looked at her with this exhausted expression. I've told you for 30 years. You never listened. The room was completely silent except for the clock ticking on the wall. Lily looked at me with those big eyes. Mommy, can we go home now? I nodded and started gathering our things. My husband stood up with us. His mother grabbed his arm. You're leaving? With him? He looked at her for a long moment. Mom, I love you, but I'm not raising my daughter to think she's worth less than her brother. We walked out. Nobody stopped us. In the car, Owen asked why Grandma was crying. Lily answered before I could, because she got caught being mean, and now she has to think about it. My husband gripped the steering wheel. He didn't say a word the entire drive home. That night, after the kids were in bed, he sat on the couch staring at nothing. I sat next to him. You okay? No. He rubbed his face. My mom called my sister after we left. Apparently she's been waiting 20 years for someone to finally say it out loud. What did your sister say? He laughed, but it wasn't happy. She said thank God for Lily. We haven't been back to Sunday dinner, but last week, Lily got a package in the mail from Grandma. Inside was a brand new bike, pink with streamers. The card said, I'm sorry, I'm learning. Lily looked at me and shrugged. Took her long enough.